Hello, warriors. Welcome to the U Movement. I am B. Yesterday, I was talking all about the journey in through the inner child. And today, I wanted to talk about the journey on the outside that I know for women, maybe more so than men, is something that we all struggle with. The outer image, the outer woman. So if we have the inner child, what about the outer woman? So today's video is kind of about that because I was in the bathroom, brushing my teeth, staring at my face in the mirror, which I do every day. That's the staring at my face part, because I'm like, who is that that is reflecting back at me? And I have spent the majority of my life not understanding the reflection at all. Because I think there is a huge disconnect when you've been told your whole life that you're unattractive. And so that's a program that you believe. And whether, it's a scale. So some people may have been raised in an environment where, the primary caregivers were saying compliments. I was not. I was told things like you could almost pull off pretty if you put on some makeup, men won't really appreciate your beauty until you're much older, or men won't really appreciate your kind of beauty until they're much older because it matters less to them. Those are like a sampling of the type of backhanded compliments that I was raised in. So as a small child, I spent hours in my room staring at the mirror and not understanding why my face didn't look like Christy Brinkley. Like, come on, maybe if I stare at you long enough, I can be Christy Brinkley. No, I'm still not Christy Brinkley. I had it in my head because of not only what I was said at home, as that adolescent, as we move from the inner child to the outer woman. I'm looking, and then there's all the magazines. So being a child of the 70s and 80s, these lanky, blonde, blue-eyed beauties was societal's definition of gorgeousness, and I wasn't thin enough, I wasn't tall enough, I wasn't lanky enough, I wasn't blonde enough, I didn't have the thick hair enough, I didn't have the blue eyes enough, I didn't have the porcelain skin enough, so I just wasn't enough. There was a whole lot of not being enough. And so in looking at the reflection that was looking back at me, I was like, okay, I got to figure out how to alter this, because, I don't want to be in my 50s and have no man or have to wait until I'm in my 50s and then find men. And here I am in my 50s with no man. So I don't know. I laugh because her crazy sometimes seemed to have been a little spot on, but in a very distorted and unhealthy way. So here I am. As I said, I'm now in my 50s, and my view of me, as well as my view of beauty, or what it is to be beautiful, has completely done a 180 because I would have spent the rest of my life, my teenage years and my adult years, altering myself in every conceivable way possible to see is, well, can I pull off pretty now? Is this good looking enough? Is this attractive enough? Is this what's the look that's going to get me the love? Because as I've said in many, many videos, I just wanted the love. I wanted love. So, I tried on many archetypical roles. I tried on the hippie. I liked that one for a while. I tried on the punk rocker. I tried on the rebel. I tried on the vixen. I tried on the seductress. I tried on, the damsel in distress. That one didn't work too well. I tried on the queen. Of being in a really like, I'm going to do things my own way, a little bit edgy. I've had every color of hair there is out there. And some of my looks are absolutely, I look back and they're cringeworthy. Some of my looks I pulled off and I'm like, oh yeah, that look was super sexy. Blondes do have more fun. I can tell you that. Redheads can be naughty. Blue heads can be a little bit fuck off and leave me alone. So, they create a little bit of a barrier to the world around you. And pink hair is silly and goofy. And so, yeah, I've had every color of hair out there. I've done and studied as an artist. Picking up makeup techniques was like super easy for me. So I you watch these how-to videos and I'm like, oh, I can try that. So I've done every type of makeup look under the sun. And then I've done what every other woman out there is told we have to do. Years back, about 2 years back, I did a video on the desexualization of the divine feminine or something like that. Or redefining the beauty standard, something to do with beauty, divine feminine. If you do a search, divine feminine, I'll try to find it and link it at the end of this video. Because we are indoctrinated to think that we have to do 101 things to our body to make them pleasant. We need to, let's start from the feet up, all the things we need to do. We need to get a pedicure. We need to, take care, put pretty cool nails on our feet. We need to shave, wax and or pluck. We need to take care of the nether regions so that they're foreign and Brazilian or any number of things. I can remember discovering that there's a new thing where you can bejewel all that. We need to suck in our tummy, wear Spanx and uncomfortable clothing that does serious damage, is my personal opinion. It's not substantiated by any claims, but in learning to align my body, I had to learn how to re-engage my stomach muscles. So if you're always wearing something that like holds in your stomach muscles, you're actually debilitating yourself in learning to do that Pilates move of sucking your abs in, which when you learn to suck your abs in and hold and have strong core muscles, all your organs get put back into place. So when you're out of alignment and you take your tight fitting clothes off and everything goes out in front of you, that's a sign that you need to work on. Go out and do some aligned walking and suck those tummy muscles in yourself, as well as the fact that it holds your posture incorrectly because it puts pressure on certain areas, and it's basically sucking in all the trauma. So I'm very against and have long ago let go of overly elasticized clothing. And I just refuse to wear it. Then we have to, wax or other things and move our breasts up about 10 feet. Now, I'll 100% put my hands up and say I did have breast reduction surgery. I had that done because medically I was hunched over. I had a hump. I had a buffalo hump in my back. And as many women know, it's when you're vastly overweight with very large badongas, you get all kinds of skin tags and rashes and stuff underneath, and you get like pinching into your shoulders. So I had breast reduction surgery, best surgery I've ever had. Not that I've had a lot, but I have had a few. And that surgery is I don't regret it. I absolutely love my itty bitties, because your body then, in my weight loss, they shrunk even more again. And I'm delighted with the situation as it is, because I refuse to wear bras. I refuse to pump and push and squeeze body parts so that, you get that voluptuous, and listen, I utilize that a lot in my life. And then our face, all the creams, the exfoliation, the plucking, the painting, the squeezing. And like today's society is even crazier, because there's 101 surgeries that people can get and feel like they need to. Oh no, my lips are too thin and I need to put snake venom on them to puff them up, and I need to do this, and I need to pin up my eyes, and I need to, so it's like this insanity of a marketing, a very, very, very lucrative marketing industry that is continually telling women that they're unattractive and they need to do this, that, or the other to become attractive. And then they need to dress in this certain way to become attractive. I say that word attractive, like you're magnetically pulling people in because you're wearing the right shade of lipstick. And what I found is every one of these crazy looks that I wore, it was like I was wearing a character. So talk about masking. And yes, I've discovered that I'm autistic. And on this awakening path, stepping into authenticity has been a real journey for me. A real journey, because authenticity on the outside me didn't feel good enough, didn't feel pretty enough, beautiful enough, anything like that. So to me, it was more an act of rebellion. First I was like, screw this makeup. Who's got time for this? It's like that. Ain't nobody got time for this. So first I lost the makeup. And then Spirit very distinctly said to me, you need to stop bleaching your hair. And there was like kind of this looming threat when this message came to me that if I didn't, I was going to lose my hair. And I was like, oh crap, I don't want to lose my hair. I think it was, in fact, Spirit said that so that I could observe my gray hairs going away. Okay, so the healthier I have got in the last few years, I'm getting less and less gray, believe it or not. In altering my diet, in being clean, in being healthy, I am becoming less gray. So yes, that is in fact a reality. There are a few little God highlights in there, but for the most part, you can see a few little God highlights in there. But for the most part, I am back to my original hair color that I hadn't really seen since I was about 18. That's a many years of bleaching and dyeing and doing my hair. So I didn't want to lose it, as I said, although interestingly enough, on the topic of losing it, on my spiritual awakening path, when about 2-ish years ago, and you would have observed this if you're watching those videos far back ago, when my spiritual gifts started coming online, and I started having visions of not only my own and memories of my own sexual assaults, but also other women's I got very angry. I got very angry, and I wanted to desexualize myself, which I think is part of the awakening process, that we reevaluate how we view sex, how we show up in relationship, and I was so disgusted with myself. Now, I've since forgiven myself, but I did go through a phase where I was just like this really rebellious phase where I'm just not participating in this game anymore. This bullshit that is altering myself in 101 ways to try to appeal to a man, so that a man can treat me like garbage. And in an act of rebellion, I took my clippers, because I do my own hair. I don't go to a hairdresser. I haven't for years. I actually have, when I was in Ireland, I learned to become a hairdresser. Not that I ever worked in the field or anything, but I took a hairdressing course. So I do my own hair always, and I took my clippers and I shaved my head. And I was like, I am a warrior. Because I wanted to say no. I wanted a fresh start. I wanted nobody is ever going to touch me against my will again. Nope. I don't want to attract anyone. I want the opposite of attract. I want repulse. I want you to stay the hell away from me and don't come near me. And it was, I know there was a couple other women, and I can't recall her name, that did this in the Me Too movement. Was like, no, I am not your plaything. And sadly, as I became more and more open to the self-inquiry of my own usage of sensuality, sexuality, and that kind of vixen archetype that I tried to utilize at times, the more I was just, it was just a hard no. It was just an absolute hard no. I came to the realization that if a man can't appreciate me for who I am and only values me for what I look like on the outside, then that's not the kind of man that is the right fit for me, because I don't want to be an archetype. I don't want to be a mask. I don't want to be an externalized sex toy for somebody else's gratification, without being seen as the person that I am, the divine being that I am. I want to be seen for the divine beingness of being me and being real. And if I'm not seen and valued and appreciated for that, then I'm happier on my own anyways, because even within my marriage, there was a lot of little underhanded comments and little statements made that made me feel like, if I didn't shave, for example, there'd be like, oh my God, I can see a deer walking across those legs. Like, there were little jabs that were so off-putting to me that just, and I think women endure this over and over again, as in like, you need to look like a porn star, or you need to look like a model, or you need to look like the girl next door. You need to look like these types of archetypes, or you're not good enough. And I was just through this awakening taking back ownership of my body, how I represent my body, and what my body is used for. One of the ways that I took back my ownership over myself was to stop participating in all of the marketing and the altering. I said to myself, okay, I'm going to learn to love myself and my reflection for who I am, who I authentically am. Without makeup, without mass alterations, who am I authentically? Because I don't love the woman staring back at me with the makeup on. It's not like I loved myself more. And so I'm going to learn to love the fuck out of this reflection one way or another for who is truly in the mirror, the true reflection of me. So, you know, the face washed, the shaved head, because I'm not going to use like hair, because I used hair throughout my life, as well as a means of distraction. Because if people were looking at my blue hair, they weren't looking in my eyes and seeing the misery. It's distract, red hair, red, you know, maybe this is the look. I look happy, don't I? Even though my face was like, and learning to appreciate what I see back at me. Now, it's been a very long, hard process to learn to love the reflection, to learn to love the woman, because, you know, I, like any other woman, look in the mirror and I'm like, oh no, here's a spot. Oh dear, I've got some bags under my eyes. Oh, you know, I still don't look like Christy Brinkley. And so it's been a practice. It's been a daily practice, and I'll do meditations where I'm just sitting, staring at myself, staring in the reflection. I've also gone through this crazy twin flame situationship wherein there's like, all of a sudden I went from being very much in feminine energy, and then upon my Kundalini and soul recognition, so this is some of the weirder stuff. Okay, so Twin Flame Journey's got a lot of weird stuff involved, and there was like an exchange of energy, and all of a sudden I'm in like a much more masculine energy. And you can even look back and see my videos. Like my entire fashion sense kind of changed for a period of time, where I was like in a really feminine, pretty energy during the bliss phase, and wearing girly dresses and putting on makeup, and then I went through this shift, and all of a sudden I'm really embracing my masculine, my inner masculine energy. I'm wearing, you know, my tomboy look and my warrior vibe, and, you know, I'm dressed like a 14-year-old boy, and I'm like, okay, whatever. This is what I want to wear. I'm going to wear it. I'm going to just go with it and try this on for size. So, you know, I lived in my Vans t-shirts, and as you can see, I'm kind of returning back to in the last little while, I'm returning back to that feminine, because it's a balancing of the two energies. And I'm telling you, it was weird there for a while to be like looking in the mirror and like not seeing me at all. Like not seeing that person I once was at all. Seeing, like, who am I today? Who is this reflection? Like, what am I? It's like that song, you know, the song, I Am Woman. I am feminine. I am masculine. I am anything I want. And there was even a phase where I was like, am I non-binary? Maybe I'm non-binary. And so I sat with that for a while, and I'm like, yeah, maybe. Okay, I don't care. It's more an I don't care. You know, especially as like I look down at my unshaved legs. Yes, they're so hairy now. There's more than deer walking along them. There's got to be moose. There's moose hidden in that forest, and I don't care. I really don't care. If anyone ever makes a comment like that again, I can tell you that's going to be a hard no from me. So learning to love ourselves on the outside means stripping, or at least for me, stripping away. And listen, I'm not saying, to anybody out there, I'm going to just do a little disclaimer because I don't want to offend anyone, or it's not like I'm calling other people out because I'm self-evaluating. My self-evaluation process is about me, that other people might find useful. And if it doesn't and it triggers you, that's your own investigation work. So I'm not telling people don't wear makeup and don't dye your hair and don't do this. I'm not telling people to do or don't do anything. That's not what I'm about. I'm telling you what I do and what I used to do and what I do differently now and why I'm doing it differently and what I've learned from it. And if you want to take something that resonates, great. And if you don't. So if you feel empowered when you wear makeup and it makes you feel more beautiful, then hey, that's great. It didn't make me feel more beautiful. It made me feel like, am I beautiful now? It made me feel like I was still seeking external validation from men as opposed to, or other women for that matter, as opposed to my own validation. I didn't find that in real, genuine sitting with it, that it empowered me. I found it disempowered me to be constantly, desperately trying to get something. And I never got it. So for me, as I said, the stripping away, the clearing away, it has not only saved me a crap ton of money, in regards to all the products that women feel that they need to buy, because I don't buy anything practically now when it comes to beauty regimens. A little bit of coconut oil, or I have maybe some cream if my skin feels dry, and a face cloth is what my exfoliator is. So simplicity, it has replaced complicated and convoluted beauty regimes that we're told at a certain age we need to have these beauty regimes. And listen, I have wrinkles. I have thinner wrinkles than I had when I was unhealthy. And a lot of those have cleared out, and I've earned every single one of these wrinkles. And I think the more I work on de-stressing myself and being in an energy of calm, that's my anti-wrinkle program. Meditation over manipulation I want to get to the root cause of the problem, and these worry lines in here, those are from being highly stressed. So if I can relax the stress, maybe I can remove some of these, and eating lots of collagen naturally through my bone broth is another thing that's going to help my skin, as well as the amount of flax that I consume. So yes, if my gray hairs can go away, and if I can heal 95% of my other conditions, then I can potentially heal wrinkles. On the topic of healing, I'm just going to throw in that kind of ties into this discussion of beauty is, beautiful smile is something everybody wants, that Hollywood grin. And certainly I'd like it too. And, when you start losing teeth, and it makes you reevaluate some of your things that you hold on to, which might be vanity. And so I've let go of vanity at this point, because pain supersedes vanity. It's been a couple of weeks, just to report back, since I had this tooth extraction. The pain has gone down a little bit, but not a huge amount. But I do believe, and you've heard me before, think I know what the problem is. And I have a new line of inquiry that has come about. And that is, I believe I have what's called an aura annular fistula. I actually shoved my phone into my mouth as best I can so I could get the camera. I had another phone with a light on it, because what I can feel is actually beside the extraction site a tiny little hole. and that's what stings. And I first discovered it stopped stinging, and it stopped the flow of air because I can feel communication between the sinus and here when I breathe in. And after the extraction, they said to me, start using tea bag therapy. So tea bags are going to stain my teeth yellower, and I don't care. I don't care how yellow my teeth are, because when I have a tea bag, specifically peppermint, when I have a tea bag shoved up there, it stops the pain. It stops the communication between these two. So there's no longer a flow of energy, which is getting in there and triggering a nerve. So I have an appointment with an ENT surgeon in March. But funny how things go, because, and I know this, I'm going off on a little side tangent, but funny how things go is, like I've been to 4 dentists, an endodontist, a periodontist. I've had thermo imaging. I've had x-rays. I've had MRIs. I've had cone beam scans. I've had CT scans. I've had, you name it, I've had it. And the thing is, where it is located was in between 2 teeth. And this tooth was infected, as we know. So I had a major infection in my mouth after COVID. And I was treated with antibiotics 4 times, lost the first 2 teeth, and then they're like, this tooth is fine, the infection's fine, it's gone. And I'm like, but I can feel pain, And so what I've been feeling for 5 years is the flow of air from the sinus in between these 2 teeth. So because there's the inflamed gum in between these 2 teeth on the inside and the outside, nobody could see that there was a tiny little hole, a channel. And now that this tooth has finally been pulled, you can clearly see there's the hole, and then there's another little hole, a little channel. So I've emailed my dentist, and yes, yet another thing to make me look at what it is to be attractive. Nobody wants to look in the mirror and see teethlessness, but I can replace those, but there was 0 point me looking into that until I solved the pain problem, because I didn't want to invest tens of thousands of dollars into, either implants or false teeth if I couldn't figure out the source of the problem. So please send a prayer for me in regards to solving this. I can't even imagine what life will be like if I'm not in pain. Because I've been in, at times, excruciating pain. And pain, trust me, takes away, that puts a lot of stress on your wrinkles. And pain takes away your desire and your impulse to be pretty. Pain supersedes pretty. Pain has also been a very valuable teacher throughout my an awakening a journey. I look at my pain in my mouth as being like a Russian coach that has been like, keep going, keep pushing. And I do think that pain is one of the greatest, suffering is one of the greatest transmuters of letting things go. If I hadn't have been into pain, maybe I wouldn't have looked at my vanity. Maybe I wouldn't have re-looked at reprioritizing what's important in regards to my life. And so this pain has served me. And while I'm it's no fun to walk around with tea bags shoved up your mouth, except for when you're talking, and the fact that it'll probably stain my teeth a good bit. I don't care. I don't care because I'm not in pain. So awakenings come along in all kinds of different ways to make us reevaluate what we prioritize, whether that be vanity, whether that be sexuality and sensuality, and how we attract and how we interact with members of the opposite sex, and what we prioritize, what we value. So my entire values got scrubbed through this awakening process. The need or the desire to attract. No, that's a hard no for me. I am not looking to attract anyone. If somebody is wanting to have partnership with me, it's because they see me. They actually see me, not a mask of me, not an image, not an archetype, not anything like that, but they see me. And to me, authenticity is so much more beautiful than perfection. It's in the perfection that is the beauty. It's in the uniqueness. And because I now not only look at myself differently, I look at everyone else around me differently as well. And I see women out there in all shapes, sizes, with, some have wrinkles, some have this color eye, that color eye, some have gray hair, some are old, some are young, some are, and to me, the most beautiful are the authentically imperfect, perfect beings of truth. It's stunning to me now. It is absolutely stunning to me. I really have learned a whole new appreciation of what is beautiful in imperfection, in imperfect people that have their skin clear, even if it's bumpy, or who have their hair kind of in a rat's nest. It doesn't matter. Who can show up as who they are, because I can see them. I can see them, and it's so beautiful. I think authenticity is the most stunning vibe that anybody can don, and that is what I still on a daily basis is aspire to, is to see myself in me, is to value myself in me, and to own me. Another just funny little story in this process of taking back ownership of me, my face, and my body. I did a naked photo shoot for my 50th birthday for me, not a boudoir shot. It was not about, and I posted some of the more tasteful photos, and the photographer was fantastic, because I was like, it's not about attracting anybody. It's about me empowering me and being like, I want power shots. And I brought in my own music playlist, which was from the soundtrack Tank Girl. I don't know if anybody remembers that movie, but it's got a really amazing soundtrack. And I got down into my nakedness and just started posing, and just started like, I didn't make those faces, but and we ended up with over 800 shots. So I have a short list of, I think, of about 25 shots that are just absolutely phenomenal. I've framed a few of them in my room, and every time I go into my closet, I'm like, oh, they're there. I don't have them out on display because they're for me. But in owning my body again, and saying, I am beautiful in my imperfection. I have scars. I have some, wrinkly thighs. If those things are important, are so important to somebody else that they fail to see my strength, my courage, my truth, my honorability, my loyalty, like I've also, counterbalanced seeing beauty in all my internal attributes of who I am as a person. So beauty becomes enmeshed with who you are with your essence, as opposed to who you create. So I know that this won't resonate with a lot of people who on either side. There's a lot of men out there that think that a woman needs to do this, that, or the other for him to contemplate her, and that's good. Don't contemplate me. I don't want you. Contemplate the woman that actually does do that, and you'll make a good match. But if you think I need to alter myself so that I can get your approval, I don't want it. Yours is exactly the approval I don't want. Yours is exactly what I'm not looking for, and not that I'm really looking for anything. I'm curiously going, okay, if somebody finds this a little bit of yum, then that's up to them to like me for who I am, not up to them to tell me to try to be something else. And it's up to them to show me that they can match my energy of authenticity, match all of my internal attributes, so that I think are valuable. So yes, learning to value yourself and the reflection you see is my challenge. However you go about doing that for you. So if you're a woman, does that mean reevaluating how you use makeup? I strongly suggest you do. I'm not telling you to not wear makeup. I'm just saying reevaluate how you use it, and does it actually empower you, or does it disempower you and make you feel like you're not good enough as you are? Because I want to let every single woman out there know. This is my message to all of the women out there. You are beautiful just as you are. You are. You are beautiful with your gray hairs. You are beautiful with your imperfect skin. You are beautiful, well, no matter what color eyes you have. You are beautiful in your essence when you show up in the world as a kind, caring, compassionate, beautiful, ooze out your divine feminine essence. Ooze out your authenticity. Ooze out your truth. That is stunning. It's drop dead gorgeous. Yes, and if a masculine doesn't appreciate that, that's on them. That's a hard no. I'd love to hear actually masculine's opinion in a healthy debate about what women do or don't do to try to and open the conversation. That would be a great conversation of why is it from a masculine point of view that you find an altered version of a feminine more attractive than authentic version. Is that because you yourself have been indoctrinated to think that women need to look a certain way, act a certain way, be a certain way for them to be qualified as a woman? And why is that? So there's some shadow work, some men's work that you can deep dive into and ask yourself, what is it that I myself am perpetuating into society that keeps me out of my own truth? Because if I'm seeking something outside of myself to reflect back to me something that is inauthentic, am I authentic? Oh, those are some good questions for shadow work and deep dive in. With that all said, I'm sending you all my absolute love and peace out.